Good afternoon. Welcome to Kenya News Update today. I'm your host, and we begin with a developing story from the capital region. For the second consecutive day, tensions remain high in Githurai following a violent clash between traders and police. The unrest erupted after the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, demolished dozens of roadside stalls in an overnight enforcement operation. The confrontation saw police fire tear gas to disperse traders who had blocked the Thika superhighway, a critical artery connecting Nairobi to central Kenya. This is more than just a protest over demolished stalls. It's a flashpoint in the ongoing national debate about informal economies, urban planning, and the rights of small-scale traders. Today, we take a deep dive into the Githurai clashes, examining the immediate triggers, the historical context, and the broader implications for Kenya's economic policy under President William Ruto's administration. We'll hear from multiple perspectives: the traders fighting for their livelihoods, the authorities citing law and order, and urban planners caught in the middle. We'll also look at the numbers behind this conflict, from the estimated economic impact to the scale of the enforcement operation itself. First, let's set the scene. Githurai is not a single, unified settlement. It's a composition of densely populated, urban, mixed-use areas straddling the border of Nairobi and Kiambu counties. It's famously divided into two main sections: Githurai 44, which falls under Nairobi's Kasarani sub-county, and Githurai 45, also known as Githurai Kimbo, which is part of Kiambu County's Ruiru municipality. The dividing line is the Thika Road Reserve and the Kasarani River. This jurisdictional complexity is the first layer of this story. The area is a bustling hub of commerce, home to a major market and countless micro-enterprises. For years, informal traders have set up shop along the shoulders and service lanes of the Thika superhighway, capitalizing on the massive daily traffic flow of over 150,000 vehicles. According to a 2025 Nairobi Metropolitan Services report, the informal sector in the Githurai corridor supports an estimated 5,000 direct livelihoods and generates a daily turnover of roughly 20 million shillings. That's a significant economic ecosystem. The enforcement operation that sparked this crisis began on Wednesday night, around 10 p.m. under police supervision. KENH crews moved in to demolish what they termed illegal structures and encroachments on the road reserve. KENHA's mandate is clear: to ensure the safety, efficiency, and integrity of the national road network. They argue that these stalls pose a safety hazard, contribute to traffic congestion, and illegally occupy public land designated for road expansion and maintenance. The operation reportedly targeted a stretch of approximately 2 kilometers along the highway near Githurai 45. Initial estimates from traders' associations suggest between 120 and 150 structures were flattened in the overnight raid. The response from the traders was swift and furious. By Thursday morning, a large group had gathered, blocking sections of the Thika superhighway with burning tires and debris. This brought traffic to a standstill during the morning rush hour, causing a gridlock that stretched back for nearly 5 kilometers. Police from the Ruiru and Kasarani divisions were deployed to clear the blockage. The situation escalated rapidly. After warnings to disperse were ignored, officers fired tear gas canisters to break up the crowd. Scuffles ensued, with some traders throwing stones at police vehicles. At least 12 individuals were reportedly arrested for unlawful assembly and obstructing a public road. 3 police officers sustained minor injuries, and several traders were treated for the effects of tear gas inhalation. The highway was fully reopened by 11 a.m., but the anger was far from dissipated. To understand the traders' fury, we need to look at the numbers. Let's bring in our first visual. The average roadside stall in Githurai is a family's primary income source. A 2024 survey by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics on informal urban trade found that the capital investment for such a stall ranges from 50,000 to 150,000 shillings. That's a huge sum for most. The daily profit margin is thin, often between 1,500 and 3,000 shillings. But when multiplied by the estimated 5,000 traders in the corridor, the aggregate economic activity is substantial. The overnight demolition didn't just destroy plywood and nails, it wiped out the life savings and immediate future of hundreds of families. Mary Wanjiku, a mother of 3 who sold vegetables by the roadside for 8 years, told our correspondent, "They came at night like thieves. No notice, no discussion. My entire stock is gone. My shelter is gone. How do I feed my children tomorrow? This is not development, this is destruction." Her sentiment echoes across the trading community. They accuse KENHA and the county governments of a heavy-handed, insensitive approach that violates President Ruto's stated commitment to supporting the hustler nation. The traders argue they have nowhere else to go. Formal market spaces within Githurai are oversubscribed and expensive, with stall rents exceeding 15,000 shillings per month, plus daily levies. The roadside, while precarious, offered accessibility to customers and minimal overhead. They are demanding compensation for lost property and a structured dialogue to find a permanent solution, perhaps through the designation of official, safe trading zones along the highway. On the other side of the barricade are the authorities. We spoke to an official from KENHA who spoke on condition of anonymity as they are not the authorized spokesperson. They presented a starkly different perspective. Our primary mandate is safety and the unimpeded flow of traffic, the official stated. These structures are illegal encroachments on a road reserve. They are a recipe for disaster. Pedestrians weaving between traffic, waste disposal blocking drains, and the constant risk of fires. Our traffic counts show that peak hour speeds through Githurai have dropped from 60 kilometers per hour to under 20 kilometers per hour in 5 years, partly due to this encroachment. The law is clear. The official referenced the Kenya Roads Act, the Physical Planning Act, and various court orders obtained by KENHA to clear road reserves nationwide. They emphasized that multiple verbal and written notices had been issued to the traders over the past 18 months, the last one in January 2026, giving a 30-day ultimatum to vacate. From their viewpoint, the enforcement was a last resort after prolonged non-compliance. The county governments of Nairobi and Kiambu have largely remained silent, each potentially pointing fingers at the other due to the area's split jurisdiction. However, a source within the Nairobi City County Planning Department hinted at a larger, more contentious issue: planned infrastructure upgrades. The Ka Road is slated for a major expansion and intelligent transport system upgrade under the Nairobi Integrated Urban Development Master Plan, or NIUPLAN, funded by an 85 billion shilling loan from the World Bank. The road reserve must be clear for utility relocation and construction. These traders are, unfortunately, collateral damage in a larger project, the source revealed. This revelation adds a critical layer. If true, the demolitions are not just about routine enforcement, but about clearing the way for a multi-billion shilling project. This brings us to the heart of the national debate. President William Ruto's administration has championed the empowerment of small-scale traders, the so-called hustlers. Yet, his government also aggressively pursues large-scale infrastructure projects seen as vital for long-term economic growth. The clash in Githurai is a physical manifestation of this policy tension. Can the government support the informal sector while also enforcing regulations that sometimes dismantle it? Dr. Aisha Mwenda, an urban economist at the University of Nairobi, offers this analysis. This is a classic governance failure. The state sees informality as a problem to be cleared. The people see it as a solution to unemployment. The missing link is proactive, inclusive planning. We need to integrate these economic activities into our urban fabric, not perpetually fight them. Designated vending zones with proper services, financed through public-private partnerships, could be a win-win. The estimated 20 million shilling daily turnover in Githurai shows this is not a nuisance. It's a viable economic cluster. Dr. Mwenda points to a pilot project in Kisumu where the county government formalized roadside traders into organized sheds, improving safety and increasing county revenue from licensing. So, what are the potential paths forward? First, immediate humanitarian aid. Civil society groups are calling for the county governments to provide emergency food aid and possibly cash transfers to the affected traders, numbering in the hundreds. Second, a mediated dialogue. The Office of the Nairobi Regional Commissioner could convene a task force including KENHA, both county governments, traders' representatives, and community leaders. Third, a feasibility study for a formal, multi-story market in Githurai that can accommodate a significant portion of the displaced traders, potentially funded through the World Bank Project's social mitigation budget. The cost of inaction is high. Continued unrest threatens the stability of a key transport corridor. The political cost for the national and county governments could be significant, especially with the next election cycle approaching. Furthermore, simply demolishing stalls without a resettlement plan only pushes the problem elsewhere, potentially creating new informal settlements and congestion points. As we conclude, the images from Githurai are a stark reminder of the challenges facing Kenya's rapid urbanization. The struggle between order and opportunity, between large-scale vision and small-scale survival is being played out on the shoulders of the Dika superhighway. The resolution of this conflict will serve as a test case for the Ruto administration's ability to harmonize its development ambitions with its social promises. The world is watching to see if Kenya can build its future without breaking the backs of those building it from the ground up, one stall at a time. For Kenya News Update today, this has been a deep dive analysis. We urge all parties to pursue dialogue and a humane, sustainable solution. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for continued coverage of this and other critical stories shaping our nation.